Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about.
Hey guys, so today I have an eyebrow tutorial. This is going to be the 411 on how I do my eyebrows. This is going to show you all the products I use, products I recommend, and different little tips and tricks. So it might be somewhat long. I really like the results, and I think I finally got it down to the perfect way to do my eyebrows. Let's get on to the eyebrow tutorial. So this is what my face looks starting out. I just have my eye makeup on, but I do not have my eyebrows done in or anything. This is what I'm working with. They are, you know, a little bit fuller in the front, and then they just thin out towards the end. I do have some, you know, hairs missing in random places, and this one is a little bit worse because I don't know if you guys can tell right here. It kind of ends. I'm trying to look in the mirror to show you guys what I'm talking about, but it ends right here. Like there's like one hair or like two actually that are filling what would be this end of my eyebrow. So for like the most part, my top part is good, but towards my ends is what gets kind of weird. So you are going to need a spoolie for this. This is going to help us blend. You're also going to need some type of brow powder. I have several different kinds, which I'll show you all, but just any kind of brow powder, or even a dark eyeshadow, which is something that I like to use, which I will talk more about later. So you're also going to need any type of angled brush. It can be a thin, small angled brush, a bigger, thin angled brush, or a thicker angled brush. Just some kind of angled brush that's going to help us define everything and make everything nice and clean. You're also going to need some Q-tips, which help me kind of clean up, make sure everything is nice and sharp and everything is where it should be, and there shouldn't be like any brown eyeshadow anywhere else. And you're also going to need some kind of eyeshadow base, and the reason I do this is if you've paid attention to my makeup tutorials or previous makeup tutorials, I will apply eyeshadow primer, but I will take it up all the way to my brows and even above my brows, just because I know that I am going to be filling them in. So just the same way that we put a primer on our eyelids to help the eyeshadow adhere to our lids, I'm also applying it on my eyebrows to make sure that the eyeshadow adheres, or whatever, you know, brow pigment you're using. Some type of moisturizer for your eyebrows. My eyebrows, well, this whole area right here tends to get very dry, so I like to use a Cetaphil. You can really use anything, but you're just going to want something to make sure that there's no dry patches under there. You're also going to want to make sure to exfoliate under there as well. Before you start, you want to make sure your eyebrows are shaped. I just have my regular tweezers here. I don't recommend these, so don't buy them, but just any kind of tweezers, or if you get your eyebrows done, anything like that, make sure that they are done. You're also going to want some type of wax or gel or something to hold everything in. In the summer, I like to use some type of wax, because if you do go into a pool, it's going to help everything stay waterproof. So a wax is nice. But if not, during the winter, I like to use a clear mascara, which Maybelline has a clear mascara. The way I chose what pigment or what eyeshadow I'm going to use, notice what kind of hair you have, if it's more ashy toned or if it's more golden tone, because that's going to make a huge difference into what kind of eyeshadow or anything like that, what kind of undertone you're going to want it to have. The first one is the NYX Nude Matte Eyeshadow. This is what it looks like, and this is an eyeshadow. It's not meant for your eyebrows or anything like that. That's what it looks like, and it is in the color Confession. As you can see, I used it for a very long time, but now it doesn't very well match my hair. It looks really weird if I use an ashy tone when I have the more golden tones in my hair. Benefit Browsings, and this is what that looks like. It has a wax. It has a wax on this side. It's just a dark toned wax, and then it has the dark eyeshadow on this one. It has reddish undertones to it, so not golden. It has the reddish, which is bad because I don't have reddish. I have like a golden undertone. So this doesn't really work out for me anymore. It used to, but now it doesn't. You have to pay attention, especially if you have dark hair, because there's different undertones. There's like the cool tones, you know, the golden tones, the red tones. There's just so many different. So definitely pay attention to your hair. And then another one that I like is this Milani one, which this one's perfect. As you can see, it has like a brownish hint, but it doesn't have a red hint to it, which is important. And also make sure that they're matte. They don't have any glitter whatsoever. You don't want any glitter, any satin finish, anything like that. You want it to be matte. It's a Brown Stone by Milani. This is really good. This one, which is the one I've been using recently, is actually one that my mom had, but she doesn't really use it. So I decided I would use it. It's the Chanel, what is it called? Chanel Ombre Essentiel, I think. And it's in the color Mahogany, and that's what it looks like. Comes in the Chanel packaging, but yeah, that's the one that my mom used, but now I use it, and I use it on the daily. So I'm going to show you all how to, or how I fill my eyebrows with this, because this is just what I've been using. So where I start is I start right here and I just create this line going this way. Okay, so I started by creating this line going from the beginning of my brow all the way to where it arches, just like that, creating a diagonal line this way. So now what I do is I like to just use whatever is left on my brush, and I just kind of brush it back and forth on my eyebrow, whatever is left really. So I don't worry too much of the front because we will fix that later, but I do focus this way. I also just put whatever is left down there. Then I take a little bit more powder on my brush. I take a little bit more, and not too much, but a decent amount, and then I just brush it down to whatever way my eyebrow goes. So it goes like that. So I create this line. And then with whatever's left, I just blend it downwards. So now this is what we are left with. So as you can see, that's really, really bold compared to my original brow that I started with. So now I'm going to show you all what I do. This is why you need a spoolie. You just start blending it out. And this just gives you a very softer color. So then I work on shaping the front. The front part you can kind of experiment with whether you want it to be more rounded or just a straight line or a slanted line this way or a slanted line this way. You just kind of play with that. But lately I've just been doing a straight line. And I create that line there just so that I know that's where my eyebrow is finishing. And I will blend it out again with a spoolie. And then I take my Q-tip and I just clean up all of the edges. So I clean this up, I go this way, and I clean all of that up like that. I go as close to the brow as I can. So sometimes I like to have the tail of my eyebrow a little bit more defined. So I'll go ahead and go in again and make it a little bit darker. I explained how I did this brow, so now I'm just going to fill in the other one and kind of fast forward it so you guys don't have to see everything I do. So this is what I'm left with. I'm left with really defined brows. The difference is definitely very big. Your eyebrows frame your face, and if you wear glasses, it's even more important to have or do your eyebrows. So this is what I look like with my glasses on. As you can see, it's just so much more better looking than if I didn't have eyebrows, or if I, compared to what I started with, to have like these more defined brows, it's definitely a big difference. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it and it helps you in some type of way. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, any video requests, leave them down below like always, and I will get to you as soon as possible, or get to those videos as soon as possible. I upload new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes on the weekends depending on how busy I am. And yeah, I think I'm done. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Cause you know I'm all about that bass, no
I can't see myself. I just poked Bailey. Voicing how I get my eyebrows, or not how I get my eyebrows. Don't forget to give. It's really hot.
I got that boom boom.